Hey, it's Cheryl from Home Am I Making, where I inspire you to create a surrounding you love. Excuse me for the sunlight. Now that the time's changed, every time I do a live, the sun's there. I wanted to come on today and show you this really cute spring sign that I'm making. So I started out with a wooden board, and I did what I normally do. I used my gel stain in English walnut from a maker's studio on the outside, and then along the perimeter I did my chalk base paint in Blessed. Then what I did, let me get you guys on my iPad. Then what I did is I took a piece of stock craft paper and put it in the inside. I did pick out a gingham pink. I think that yells spring. So you could vary that by using any other kind of paper, and you don't even have to put paper on the inside. I just wanted it to be really spring-like. My original plan was to do the faux shiplap in here, but once I was getting it all together, it wasn't enough color. So that's what I've done so far. Stained the outside, painted the perimeter, and then stuck a piece of craft paper. Again, think of how many variations you could have on this, because if you used a different type of craft paper, it would look really different. So what I'm going to do first is, I don't know if you guys have seen this stuff at the Dollar Tree. Let me see who's on. Hi, Joni. How are you doing? I don't know if you guys have seen this stuff at the Dollar Tree. This is like a great resource to have in your craft stash. It's moss sheets. So it's kind of cool. It doesn't make as much of a mess as regular moss because it's kind of contained with the backing on here. So what I'm going to do with this is I actually cut a little strip of it. This is what it looks like. I cut a little strip, and it's going to mimic grass. So I cut a strip out, and then I made it look like it's what do I want to say? Rickrack on the top. So that's going to be the base of my sign. And what I'm going to do is I am going to hot glue that into the bottom. So that's going to represent some grass. I think that's a cool way to do it with that moss sheet. Makes it really simple. Actually, let me see if I can get that in there. So there. There you go. That's what we have so far. A board, and then I put the craft paper in the center. Then what I did is I took these are MDF pieces of cutouts, and it's a bunny, and I went ahead and I used another piece of craft paper. This is one of my other favorite ones for spring. Can you see that? The funny thing is I've never ever done I've never done card making, and I just have a lot of paper because I love paper. So what I did is I had this little MDF bunny, and I cut out the paper to go on top of him. So I'm going to Mod Podge that on there. I did use Mod Podge to get that piece on that board also, because basically Mod Podge is glue anyway. I didn't go over the top of it, though. I don't want that look. And I'm not going to go over the top of this after I get it glued on there. I don't want that look. I just want it to stick. So let's see. I'll put him on here. I'm not going to worry about this cutout in there, too. I'm actually going to... See that little hole right there? I'm not going to worry about that. I'm going to cover it up. I'm not going to cut it out. I figure if I cut it out, it probably wouldn't come out that great, and I would ruin the paper. So there you go. So now we have a bunny. So another thing that I got these at Joann's. Hi, Beth. How are you? I got these at Joann's. They're little cutouts, and they're really on sale right now in their Easter section. So it's a little basket. And what I did is I went and stained it. And I stained it the same color that I stained the outside of this board in my favorite gel stain, a Maker Studio brand, in English walnut. So I'm going to actually put that, try to get it a little bit underneath this grass so it looks like it's sitting in the grass. And I'm going to do that with both of these pieces. I'm going to put them a little bit under the grass so that it looks like they're under there. So that's actually how I'm going to put it. And I'm going to glue that down right now. I'm just in the mood to make a bunch of spring things right now. It just makes me happy to see all these bright colors. It's soothing. Joni, you haven't seen the baskets before? Yeah, they're from, like I said, Joann's. They had a whole bunch of cutouts. And, of course, I scooped them up. I'm trying not to go to the craft store, so I haven't been this week at all. I'm just using what I have, which is probably enough. I probably don't have to go to the craft store for a long time. Okay, so that's where I want that to go. So that's what I have so far. And you could probably stop right there. Thank you, Debbie. But, of course, I'm not going to do that. So, I actually had these little flowers from Hobby Lobby. It's in their paper section. I love that Paper Studio brand that's at Hobby Lobby. So anytime they have 50% off, I get something from there. So these look like little cabbage roses. So what I wanted to do is take some of them and put them in the basket to look like they have some flowers in there. So I'm going to put a couple in there. Again, you don't even need to do this part. I think it was enough prior to this, but because I have this stuff, I'm doing it. And there could be so many variations on this. If you change the paper up on this, it would look very different. Oops. So I'm going to do that. So that's what it's looking like so far. Just that little thing. Now again, you could stop right here, but because my mind doesn't stop, I'm going to do one more thing. So what I did is I cut out some, it has to be felt when I'm doing something. I cut out these little banners out of felt, and I'm going to make a little banner. So see, I already have 2 of them on there. What I did is I just secured it on here with some hot glue and just flipped the side over. And I glued it onto there. So I'm going to glue the one on there, and I'm going to make a little banner. Let's see. So there you go. Oops, let me do this. So there, I made myself a little banner with felt. I just cut them out freehand. I didn't use any kind of template or anything. So here's where I want that to go. This is what I was thinking. It would go right here on the corner. After I did this, I realized that this was a blank space. And you could put a stencil here or wording here, Happy Easter or something, but I didn't want to put any words on this because a lot of times, like I say, when I have things in a grouping, I don't want a lot of things to have words on them, and I don't want a lot of things to have color on them if I got to put these next to something. So I'm going to go ahead and hot glue this on here. Let me see. Thank you, Teresa. Let's see. I might have to put something on this to cover the glue. So that's what it looks like so far. But I think what I'm thinking I'm going to have to do is maybe make a little bow to cover that hot glue. Let me take that off of there. Let's see if I can make a little bow out of this. Maybe just to cover up that little spot of hot glue. Here you go. Yeah, I think that'll work. So what do you think of that? See, I just covered up that little spot of hot glue with a little bow. I'm going to do one on the other side. And then we have it complete. Like I said, you don't have to put that many embellishments on it, but since I had all the stuff, I think that it came out pretty cute. I keep cutting my strings too short. Okay. Let's see, we'll stick that on there. So, there you have it. So again, all I did was stain and paint the board. Thank you, Cynthia. Thank you, Michelle. Hello, Michelle. Yeah, so what I did is stained and painted the board, and then I put a piece of craft paper back there. Now think about how many variables if you just didn't do a piece of craft paper like that. I mean, you could even use this craft paper on the back and then that on here. And then I got the grass or the moss sheets from the Dollar Tree and cut it out to look like grass. A little basket, and then a little felt banner. So since I wasn't using felt flowers in this, I surely was able to find some use for felt. So there you go. What do you think? Thank you, Carolyn. So there you go. Cute little spring craft. So thank you for being on here with me. If you know anybody that would like to see this, please to their page, and I'll be coming on again. Cynthia, thank you. Thank you very much. Hi Sandy, how are you? Thank you. Yeah, I don't know if you guys know, but when you're an online influencer, the way we survive is by liking, sharing, sprinkling. That's how we get ourselves out there. So I know it seems like we're always saying that, but that's how it works. And now that we're all at home, it's even more important. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Patricia. Julie, you bought some felt to work and made some flowers on your lunch break for the first time, following my tutorial. Thank you very much. That's the good thing about felt. You know, too, you can bring it. It's not like big and bulky, and as long as you've got the cutting process out, the gluing you could do at home, even if you didn't bring your glue gun with you. But yeah, have you tried, Julie, have you tried the succulents yet? That's another cute thing. Thank you, Patricia. Thank you for sprinkling it. Yeah, the grass, I know. I actually, and here's another thing. If you didn't want to do the grass down here, another variable is you can cover him with grass. You know, so there's so many variables to this. This is just an inspiration piece, and obviously you can make it your own. So there you go. I just thought that I wanted to come on and make something cheerful. So thanks for joining me, and I'll be back during the week with some more DIY crafts. So you guys have a nice evening, and thank you for sprinkling. Thank you, Michelle. So yes, thank you for joining me today. I will be back later on in the week with some more DIY, probably spring related crafts, because right now I think these colors just make me happy. So thank you for joining me. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.